The most fondly remembered local program was for the older kids, for teenagers only. Dave Astor was a businessman who got into television almost by accident, but he created a unique program that was a Saturday afternoon staple for 16 years.
Dave Astor visits Jordan.
This is the only complete program that survives, a special that was done on location in, of all places, the Jordan's meatpacking plant in Portland.
2 knees close up tight, swing 'em to the left, swing 'em to the right. Step around the floor, kinda nice and light. Man, she do the twist. She do like this. It's so nice to have a man around the house.
Got to have a man around.
That evening bed with him sitting on your knees. It's like traveling through Alaska in your BVDs. Hard-hearted Hannah, the vamp of Savannah. Gee.
Dave Astor recalls he simply wanted a show to make people smile.
And I thought the best way to do it was through teenagers, because in my own mind, everybody is a pre-teenager, a post-teenager, or a teenager. And so I said that if I could show a whole group of teenagers having a good time, then people are going to watch with a silly grin on their faces.
The concept was simple, consisting largely of students from area high schools performing lip-sync routines to popular records of the day. Dave insisted on professionalism, and the kids, Dave's regulars, practiced hard.
Make people believe this is coming right out of the networks. They were that good.
And I feel like we should be surrounded right now by how many students, Dave? 40, 50 regulars over those years?
Yeah.
That were just tremendous group of people. They were talented people, too. I was humbled by the people I saw on his show.
You know, many of us grew up with American Bandstand. We watched that for years on television. And, you know, this was Portland's American Bandstand for so many of the kids in the schools. And, you know, you wanted to be there.
Dave would sometimes feature live music, as on his high school hootenanny in 1964.
Oh, high on the mountain and down in the valley below, it shines like the crown of an angel and fades as the mist comes and goes.
Way over yonder, and night after night until dawn, that trusty old slave comes back from his grave, searching for his master who's long, long gone.
Steve Romanoff of Schooner Fair made his debut on the Dave Astor Show, and it was unforgettable.
We got up there with other groups and sang live on TV. It was absolutely intoxicating. It was very exciting. Dave was tremendously supportive.
John and Mitchie were getting kind of itchy just to leave the folk music behind. Saul and Danny working for a penny, trying to get a fish on the line.
Musician and teacher Tony Boffa was another performer on the show, one of the Dave Astor kids. It was a big deal for an aspiring musician.
It was huge. It was huge. It was a double-edged sword. Some kids made fun of us, but as far as honing our skills and teaching us poise under pressure, it was, now in retrospect, I know how invaluable it was.
The show was fun, but Dave said academics came first. If anybody got a D on a report card, they couldn't be on the show for the next quarter.
As a family would do, and this was family, everybody reported exactly what their grades were for that quarter. And it was a matter of pride, because we represented a lot, we wanted to do well. And this character sometimes would be on the fence, but
I'd be on the border.
That rule was very important to Tony Boffa.
So I was a fairly bright kid that wasn't ready to achieve. I used to sneak out of class and figure songs off from records and things like that. And Dave was a huge part of helping me get through all that. Yeah, it was important to be on the show. And Dave would constantly question, how are your grades?
What Dave Astor was doing was breaking ground. He was a pioneer in every sense of the word in the television industry. he had the knack for television, and lucky for the rest of us that he did.